Let's start. So thank you each and everyone for attending this SUG. So let's start. For today's topic, we have chosen Sitecore Send product. So for this demonstration or for this session, we will look into the areas where how we can integrate, XP to generate leads using the email campaigning on the Sitecore Send side. So let's go. Just to give a background, I am a lead software engineer at EPAM Systems, and I'm Sitecore certified and certified CDP. And you can hit me up on these three things. All right. So just to go through the agenda. So these are the 7 things. So first we'll go about about the brief introduction about Sitecore Send as a product. And then I'll just give a use case for which we will go through for this session. And the third one would be how we configure like forms, Sitecore forms and configuration needed for the Sitecore Send to work, or for this demonstration purposes, what are the configurations needed. And the next one would be from the Sitecore Send as a product, what are the configuration needed from Sitecore Send side. And then we will have a look at how easy is it to personalize email and how does it look, just an overview at the slide level. And then probably we will go into Send platform and then look at it, how easy it is to do it. And then we'll also see dashboard snapshots on the PPT, how the execution outcomes are after this campaigning things are done. And also, again, we'll go to actual platform and look at it, how it looks like in real time. And we'll also kind of cover how we can have the 360-degree tracking using the whole, or integrating these two, XP and Send together. So these are the high-level topics. And so let's start with Send. So Send is a product which is renamed by Sitecore, but formerly it was called as Moosend. And it was acquired in Q2 of 2021. And basically, this is a SaaS platform which gives variety of kind of features to you. So it's useful like for all your omni-channel campaignings, or the automations, or personalizations, or any API tool integrations, or even the e-commerce, and also the transactional messaging. So you can also do with GTA or Google Analytics also, or you have the normal tracking by Send. So for today's thing, we'll, because our demonstration shows these features presently, so we'll just focus on how the API integration is done to achieve this demonstration use case, and also how the personalized emails, what personalizations can be done for the email campaigns, and also how the tracking works in this demonstration. Okay. So for our use case, the whole idea is to generate leads, but for generating leads, it need not be just our Sitecore XP side. Just for for the ease of demonstrating, I had taken, say, we already have a demo site with a contact us form or a subscribe me form ready for me. So the person, when he submits a contact us form, then through an API call, we just add to a mailing list in Sitecore Send. So as you see, the first one is just the XP part, and other things are all the sending and mailing list and segments are on the Send part. And also it executes the email campaign, which is again on the Sitecore Send part. And also we have the segmenting, which is also defined in the Send. And also the personalized emails, which we, the subscribed person, who whatever he gets email, that is also from that platform. And nothing is coded from the XP. XP, it's just the form which we code and call a API to Sitecore Send. And at last, we'll also, once the visitor visits that email or opens up an email or clicks on that email, we also made sure that it hits our XP site. So something like when you hit on a campaigning, just visit our new product. So when they come and hit that product, based on the email campaigning, we also trigger a goal. So in that way, we get that whole 360-degree view of the tracking of that user. So these are like 5 basic steps of what we follow. For this, the first one, again, I'm just iterating. So this can be in any form. It can be like ingested by any bulk upload with spreadsheet, or say your social media campaigns. You can bring in data from any ways. One of the ways which I chose was just the XP side, but you can feel free to do it anyway. So let's look up at the Sitecore Forms and configuration side, meaning the XP side, what needs to be done. So, or what we have done. So from the Sitecore XP side, this is just a Sitecore form, which we have the basic, we just provided the basic field like first name, last name, email, and mobile. And what happens is the interest field, if you have, this is the extra field. I'll just cover this at the later stage. There is a reason why we put an interest field as a custom, because there is from the Sitecore side, the interest is a custom field from the Sitecore Send side. So when this contact us form is submitted, it is just stored in XDB as a contact, nothing else, and the API call happens from there. And then for the submit action, the form what we created, we just provide the custom submit action, which we do usually for the Sitecore Forms. So it's just straightforward. We create one submit action, and then our code, as you see here, the Moosend submit action. This is a custom code what we wrote, which calls up the API for the Sitecore Send platform. That's the only change or code what we write. And once that is done, and we can see the custom code, it's a small code wherein we just override the execute, and then we have the subscription. These are the API calls. I'll also share the API documentation URLs at the end of the session. But so we have this base URL here at the top, which is API Moosend version 3. And then this is for subscribers, because we are once the form is submitted, we want to store that as a subscription on the mailing list, which we have already created on the Sitecore Send, which we will go through in the next slides, how it's done. Yeah, before that, if anything, you please can just raise your hand or just interrupt. I'm completely okay to answer. So going on to the next one, Sitecore Send configurations. So from the Sitecore Send platform, it's pretty much straightforward setup. There is nothing rocket science to understanding the platform. If anyone is wondering how to get into it or something like that, it's straightforward. Anyone can do it. You just go to moosend.com, and then you have a free account creation. Previously, we used to have a free account for ever. Now they have changed the subscription model. So now we have a free trial for 30 days. So you get to explore the product for 30 days. And yeah, once you are on that page or on that platform, we have the email listing options. So what we do is we create, say, for example, demo API integration email list. So whenever you create a new email list, it comes up with the default fields, which would be email, name, and mobile. These are the default fields, what it comes up with. And it has this personalization tag called as email, name, and mobile. So if you guys remember, so on the form, on the XP form, we created an interest field, which was kind of custom field to Sitecore Send, just because it comes up with only 3, and we wanted to capture a custom field also. So whatever we select on the Sitecore XP form, the interest field, so that comes and stores up in this field. So which we create as a custom field here. We can give any data type here. You get an option to choose data types which are already right there. Most of the standard data types are available. And yeah, so that's from this. And then for the next part is, once we have the subscribers or emails from multiple contacts. So the segmenting strategy is the one which we want to also look at it, because during the segmentation, it segregates the visitors in the same mailing list. So for example, in our case, there is a field interest. So interest can be anything. Say it can be basketball, skiing, kayaking, or canoeing. So if you see on the snapshot here. So what we did, what we did was, so go to that, when we went to that mailing list on the Sitecore Send, we also can create segment. Say, then while creating a segment, you can specify, okay, so whoever subscribes to this demo API integration email list, if that person has selected, say, canoeing, and then we just put a if condition, okay, custom field interest is canoeing, meaning all the subscribers who have selected canoeing comes in and gets stored as a segment in canoeing segment. So you can create multiple segments as the business needs are. So for our demonstration purpose, because the drop down in the interest had only 4 sports, so I just selected 4 here, 4 segments. What do you see here? As it says, so visitor whose interest from Sitecore form submission matches the interest, that will get added to the respective segment. So that's the purpose of segmentation here. And once the segmentations are done, so that will be actually useful for the email campaigning. So for, say, if you see here, let me explain this. So to get that all the campaigning things to work, we had created those 4 campaigns for each segment. So if you see here, basketball, canoeing, skiing, and kayaking. So what happens is all the subscribers or contacts who has subscribed or shown interest on basketball, they will get an email which is set up for basketball email campaigns. If they have selected canoeing, then this one triggers. So same to all. I just want to also say that this is not the best way to work. Just for the understanding purpose, I created like 4 campaigning for different 4 segments. It's just because it's not practical. So for example, if I have 20 sports in a custom field, it's not practical to do 20 campaigning here. But we also could do another way, which is we just create one campaigning, and the campaigning, if you go and edit the campaigning, the whole email thing can be personalized. Say, we can show a basketball image if it is from basketball, for example, and the skiing image, it is skiing. Then we go to the template, edit the template, and say, okay, if the contact is basketball, we can access those personalized fields from the campaigning editor, the email template editor itself. So it's better to create only one campaign and then personalize across it. That's better way of doing it. But for demonstration, you need to understand how it works. So I just created 4 here. Yeah. So for example, if after sending that campaign, right? So once the things comes into picture, so okay, the respective email campaigns triggers, and we want to see how it looks like. See, for example, this is one snapshot what I selected. So this is only one template, but if you see here, the basketball, if the person has selected basketball, the same placeholder, the basketball picture comes into picture, and the same placeholder comes up with the skiing or anything which the person for which the contact applies. So depending on the different segmentation strategy, what you have used or personalized in the email campaigning editor, you get to see that. So you did the same thing as variants, what we do it on the Sitecore presentation things. So that's the same thing applies here. And once you have the email things delivered to a person, so they click around, they do something, some people do not open up. Say you sent like 100 people, and like 20% of people opened it up and then didn't click any of the links what you provided in the email, and like another 20% still didn't open up at all. They didn't even open up the email. And some people clicked around, say they clicked on your footer, they clicked on your header or whatever the parts of the email is. So all those things are literally captured on the Sitecore Send dashboard, which we'll look at it here. So once usually whenever you log into Sitecore Send platform, you are taken into this dashboard page, which usually shows the overall campaigns which are running on your instance. So for example, this one, what you see here, we are not seeing all those 4 campaigns what we saw in the previous slides. It's just because it can show only up to 90 days presently. So whatever before 90 days, it does, you don't have way to see it on the dashboard, but you have a way to see it if you go to specifically to that campaign, and you have an option to go to that particular campaign and view it. But on the dashboard page, it's always maximum 90 days. Those are the only things which are captured here. And once, if we also see, there's a, when we scroll down that the dashboard page, we also see like what is the campaigning performance and which are the top campaigns which are performing, and from which email lists you can create like a number of email lists. So which email list is top performing? For example, in ours, so it's demo API integration, which has like 14 subscribers, and the newsletter has 2 and demo has 2. And also through the emails, which are the top links which are performing. So for example, skiing is the one which is top performing here among the three clicks. So also, if previously I was saying that, so if we don't see it on the dashboard, so it's usually 90 days old. So for example, the kayaking one was not showing up here. So I just literally went to that kayaking, and then when we see it, we see at this level. So for example, the kayaking was sent for 11 people, meaning 11 subscribers had selected kayaking, and 45.5% of them opened it up and also clicked it. So that's what it shows right here. And even at this level, you get more details than the dashboard page, the individual campaign level, saying the top recipients among the 11 people, all those details, and even the top links in that email, everything shows up like rather more clearly on this strategy. So for example, this is another one. The previous one was basketball. So this one is skiing. This one has like 27.27%. Also, we get to see customer views by device, browser, top locations. So usually these things we see in Google Analytics, everything. So all these things are already embedded out of box, part of Sitecore Send. So depending on the usefulness is like, depending on these things, you can always adjust your campaign to to do a better strategy, or to reach your audience in a better way, or maximize the reach. So whatever the strategy you can follow. So once just before that, so once you someone clicks on this link, so we have they just come to the actual XP site. That's how the email links are working, the email campaigning systems are working. So they just land up on our page, or so for example, some product which we are email campaigning, so they just come and see that deal for that product, and then comes into picture the page goals or the 360 tracking. So because all the tracking, the visitor tracking, everything, now we could see on the Sitecore Send. Now we would also want to know what happened after the email campaigning was sent. So how do I know what goes across it? So once it is done, so we what would happen with, so the personalized goal based on say for example, query string. So if the reference was from the basketball email campaigning, then I can trigger a goal, say the basketball campaigning was triggered or clicked, or the person came in to look at basketball, or something like that. Strategies we can do it. For this demo purpose, we did the same way. So we just read the query string parameter and then triggered a simple goal on that page based on from where did the campaign come from, or the customer came from which campaign. So this is how we can track that overall 360-degree thing. From Sitecore XP, they went to Sitecore Send, the email campaign management happened, and then they clicked and came back to XP. And now XP knows what happened during that whole journey of that visitor. So this pretty much covers the whole topic. If you guys have anything just for this slide purpose, I can still answer that, or we can go to actual Moosend platform and have a look at each one what we discussed. It's up to you guys now.
Hey Madhav, Yogesh here. I have some questions, but since you are demoing the platform, I think I may ask those questions later on.
Yeah.
But like those are mainly like, where does this Moosend store the contacts? It is on their platform, or it is still in Sitecore?
Which kind of context you're talking about?
So basically, like if you talk about EXM, Sitecore EXM, so whenever you create any contact, by default, they are stored in XDB.
Yeah.
Right. And if you create a contact through the website, they are also stored in XDB. So now basically XDB has your EXM contacts or list.
Yeah.
And it also has the website users contacts. So now here it looks like Moosend is creating contacts. I don't know right now, but like just in case like it is creating on Moosend platform, then how Sitecore will know that which user it is, right? Is there any connectivity between both? Like how basically that will work?
Okay, I think I mis-explained or explained the wrong way. So when we said that the contact is still in XDB. Okay, so everything, the tracking, everything what Sitecore Send does is through your email. So the email is kind of a unique contact for Sitecore Send. So it is not yet integrated. 360 tracking is not integrated between Sitecore Send and Sitecore. So there is no integration yet, which I didn't see about. So
okay,
we have like things, but it's not integrated though. There are like some collection APIs which probably will do it dig deeper later after this. But this is not like the EXM how it works. So because in EXM it knows everything because it's right there. But in the Sitecore Send is a separate platform. That's the reason I was stressing on that point where on click of that email campaign, we made sure that in the link we provided that, okay, this is from the basketball campaign, the query string parameter, and we hit it back to XP. So we know that's that person just because of email ID, nothing else. So just because of the email ID, we know, okay, this is the person and this is a goal. Not even anything, there is no connection between integration is just through this clicks. The integration, the actual integration, what you are looking at, it's still not there.
Okay, I got it. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so if there are, I'll just open up that thing, but yeah, if you still have questions, you can still go, otherwise we can go over here.
Carry on, demo is better. Most of the questions will be answered that way.
Yeah, so for example, so whenever I log in, you just come here. This is the kind of dashboard which I was explaining. So it gives you, it provides you like completely all the things what is happening presently at this instance. So usually it shows like last 30 days and maximum you can go up to 90 days. So 90 days brings me another 2 campaigns, these 2 campaigns, this one and the automation campaigns. So for here, we see here the top links, everything, we can dig into this, but I just wanted to show how it's created. So the XP form, usually people know it, how to create an XP form, the configuration, submit action, the custom submit, everyone knows about it. So when you come here, so you just create one email list. So it's pretty simple. You just go create email list. For example, I'll go to the existing one to just show. So this one is one, what you created. It goes through like briefly everything. And just to make sure. So this is a new UI, what you see in the Send platform, because previously it used to be like old UI. The navigation was a bit not so easy, you can say, when you compare to the present one. But it's as simple as this. So you just go here, create a new email list. So this will be the unique ID. So this is one what you would need. The email for if you are doing a post through, say, in our case, we did an API post, right? So for that example, we would need this email ID, which is unique. And also, if you have this, it wouldn't suffice the thing. For every instance, for every account you create, you would also have in the settings, you'll have the API key, which also you need to copy it while you are posting it. So that will be kind of unique combination with email list plus your API key for the instance. So once you come here, there are multiple things you can all view the existing members. You can add member manually here, or say you don't want to do it from XP, you have the RSS feeds or any kind of data or spreadsheet with like bulk emails and contacts. You want to do that? Yeah, you have a perform like bulk actions here. You like multiple things here. So you can import member list, and you have multiple options also here, like from CSV text, Excel file, or you can directly paste it. And you also have a Google Contacts plugin and Salesforce plugin. So these are the 5 options presently integrated into Sitecore Send for the bulk actions. And then you need to set your settings, whether, yeah. So for the GDPR part of our goal, so you have like multiple options for the subscriber email list level, which you can opt in. So by default, it will be single opt-in, and you have a soft double opt-in, strong double opt-in. So it means that the emails are not sent until unless the subscriber says okay. What happens is whenever the subscriber gets added to the email list, it automatically sends an email, and subscriber has to say yes, I am subscribing to it. Something like confirmation. So until then, it doesn't trigger anything. So I have a detailed blog link which I can share where I have explained like GDPR, everything in detail, how to set up. But yeah, just for the brief introduction, that's more than enough. Yeah, for the create custom fields, this is how you create it. These are the default ones what you have, and the email is kind of required. So Yogesh, so to answer your, so this is the kind of identity which the Sitecore Send uses across for the email campaigning, everything, how to track that particular person. So based on that email. So the email is a unique field here. And let's see if you want to create a new one. So it should be like, we have all the data types available as of now: text, date, number, drop down, and checkbox. We don't have like a complex data types as Sitecore has it, but probably in future they might integrate these things. And you can also make the custom field as required, hidden, and then just save it. So this is a basic create custom field. That's what we do. First, initially come and create an email list, and then if your the source or the contacts what you want to import or ingest into Sitecore Send has any custom fields, then you just go ahead and create it. Otherwise, if you have just email and name, that would be more than enough. I should also point out one more thing. Presently, if you are doing API post with this mobile, your number doesn't come and show up here. So it doesn't store mobile as of now. That's a kind of bug which is in backlog. We already reported it to the team. So I think it's in backlog for them, but through API, you wouldn't be able to save the mobile number. So the alternative, you just save it as a custom field, another cell phone number or any other field, and then store it in a custom field, which is kind of hectic as of now, but yeah, that's alternative what we can find. Yeah, so this segments, so this is the email list is the kind of primary root level where all your subscribers come and drop in. But if you want to segregate those based on any reason, so for our demo purpose, it was like based on the sport which they selected. So we can go ahead and create multiple segments under that. So for example, if I create segment, you also get automated templates which are like feeding you with multiple things. Or if you want to do custom thing, then you can do it. You can just put your own things and do it yourself by creating custom segment here. You can do create custom segment, because ours was a custom segment. looking at the interest field. So you just say you can do a tagging, anything. It's a subscription method, any kind of custom things you can think of. But when it comes to segmenting, say you want to do something on a field which is not existent on this email list or the fields what we created here in the custom fields, then you wouldn't be able to do it. So the only thing what you can do for the conditions, wherever is it, whether it's in the segments or in, say, in template level, you want to personalize something or anything, you would need that field to be there or present in your fields here for that particular email list. So if it is not, then you wouldn't be able to do any condition based on that. So you create segments, so that's straightforward segmenting. So let me show you also the campaign part. So you have kind of two types of, one is regular and RSS and repeatable and RSS things. You can also create those things. So these are like just a normal regular one campaigning. So previously I was explaining we creating like 4 campaigns for 4 segments for a same email list ID. That's not practical. If you see here, so these are the 4 campaigning what we have now. But instead of that, what we need to do is we just need to create one thing, and then we need to go and personalize that. Let me come back. Yeah. So once we come to that campaigning, you can see here, like you can literally even personalize your subject line. So starting with here, the only syntax what you need to remember is this is common. The recipient is a common thing what you have with the pound sign, and this one would be your field. So if you have created any custom field, that custom field goes here. The custom field name or ID goes here. You can also get it right there if we go to say if you go here, whenever you create a custom field, it also gives the personalization tag here. So if you want, you can quickly copy it from here, or if you are a kind of developer, you know everything. So it's easy to just remember recipient dot that whatever field ID is it. So we have this campaign running, like thank you for the subscriber name. We pick up that name and for showing interest in whatever the person has selected on that form. So we go there, and here is a place where you can see you can also track your campaign with the Google Analytics, which is kind of turned off by default. You can always turn it on, and also you can track your campaign revenue. For my site, there is no e-commerce setup. So if you have that e-commerce setup, that's a different cost, like orders, everything. You have APIs for it, but for this, we'll just keep it. And going to the next one, here is the place where you get to choose or segment the subscriber. So for this option, what we need to do is we just set the whole API integration email list and select all the segments. It's just because when we go to the design part of it, we can always personalize each content on that particular template or a particular email. Instead of creating 4 campaigns for 4 segments, this is a better way of doing it. That's the reason I'm just selecting all the things. And then when you come here, you can choose to select the existing templates, what we can see on this editor. So we can, once we click on this Go Editor, it just quickly loads intuitive editor. I mean, I liked it. So you have all the things here. And the personalization is very, very simple. I mean, even if I explain everything, you wouldn't get the hold of it. But if you experience it, it's really, really easy once you come into this editor mode. So for example, say on this one, if I select this placeholder and you have a small icon here, if you select this, then you have the conditional visibility, which turns on your left. See here. So on the custom field, because we have only the custom field, which is interest, it shows up only interest here. And then if you have like multiple custom fields, all the custom fields will automatically populate here. And then you put a comparer, is not, or whatever the comparer, you can do multiple conditions, anything which you would like to do. And then you just give what is the value of it. So if it is a basketball, then show this. Then if it's not, then again, show another thing. So you can just put multiple, literally multiple personalization across each and every placeholder what you see here. Or you can also have the template library and choose from the existing templates. There are like tons of free templates when all categories on the left, which you can choose from. And then once you selected it, you can save it as a kind of recipe, meaning you can reuse the same thing later by saving it in your name or whatever the project name, but you can always use the existing templates here. So let's come back and we can, so once you save it, whatever changes you have made right in this campaign editor, then those things get saved, and then you can just update campaign, and then you come back to the same place where you left before. So you wouldn't lose anything. You need not go anywhere. So it came back to the same design. We were in designing, and then it went to schedule delivery. So you can always schedule the delivery of this. All the configurations are literally straightforward. You can always, wherever you see the text boxes or subject lines or content, you can always personalize it with whatever you want, which are available with the fields, whatever are available on the email list, which you are looking for. And you just go ahead, and then it also gets to preview how it looks like. We don't have a sender name. I didn't select it, so you can see it, and also you can send a test email just before actually starting your campaign for your purpose. So I can select anything, email, and then send a test email. At a time, you can only send 5, but yeah, this is a campaign overview. I think we covered like pretty much everything. Any questions?
It was good, and I think it is so well explained, Madhav. Thank you very much. I think we understood. I understood really well this one.
Yeah. And I think I promised to show you the previous one. So for example, on the dashboard page, you never saw the basketball campaign because it's 90 days old. So what you do is you just actually go to that campaign, and then you can dig in multiple, it shows like multiple things here. So these were already on the snapshot of the PPT, but if we come to the each tab here, you have plenty of data which comes into picture. There is one which shows the actual, yeah. So the hotspots on your template, on the email, it even shows the hotspots on your email. So this is the email template, and these are the hotspots which were clicked on your email. So this is an intuitive way of showing up on the map. This
heat map kind of.
Yeah, heat map for your clicks for that particular campaign.
Nice, very nice.
And yeah, the performance per click, what are the performances for each click they had, and also the recipient clicks, what was there. I don't think we have any recipient. Yeah, these were all like demo kind of emails. So you have the track by location, which is kind of mapping. Everything is US because it was a demo. But yeah, you have you guys can do like multiple more things because the XP the whole concept to lead generation using Sitecore XP form, which is kind of normal, I could say. But you can also you have with landing pages and subscription forms, which you can like inject through your website and then do it also. So for example, I had created a floater, and the only thing what you would need is you just copy a script which it generates into your website, and that comes into picture, easily injects into your system. So you can use that also.
So you create here inject that onto your site in any Sitecore based site or any other site for that matter, and the form appears and the clicks, the data is being collected.
Yeah, and it actually also it's a kind of subscription forms, right? So if you want to pop up or a float any kind of things, a kind of small form on a sidebar down from below or anything of that sort, it has a ready-made templates or recipes already available. You can utilize that, or you can do it your own, and then you just need to just copy your script and verify that it's your site, even though it's your local or any hosted site. So that should be easy.
Very good.
Madhav, that subscription option, did you mention, is that coming with like custom designs or something, or is it going to be just a basic email?
No, so
it does come.
this comes with these things. So presently it has like pop-up, you can inject your inline, floating bar, I think 5. Yeah, floating box and full screen mode. So these are the templates which you can choose from. So once you create, you just it goes through the same process of putting design, name. Let me go through. So
kind of creates, I mean, it kind of covers most of the commonly used templates. I think most of the campaigns can be covered design wise.
So you get to create everything, and you again go to that designing editor mode and then pick up a template and then come back here with, you can do like either you embed your form, you'll get to choose the whole HTML and just put it in your site, or you can link your form, which I was telling, using the address.
Agreed.
So you can, I think I did it. So let's see the floater one. I think the floater one. Yeah, this one was the one. You can also put, I chose something like email and subscribe. And I just gave this connected website, which was my local. And then it doesn't pop up directly. We need to, again, there is another process. We had to add that into a website and verify it. So kind of the setup for that is different than what we kind of covered for this scenario. But yeah, that should be for another topic for another day. Thank you, Bala. You gave me some ideas.
An absolute pleasure that you walked through this. Any other questions? I see Dylan there. Welcome, Dylan.
Good to me. Hey, quick question on the email campaigns. This is Wayne, by the way. That support just similar to the XM automated and scheduled email campaigns.
You're asking whether can we schedule it or automated email campaigns?
Yeah.
Yeah, everything on whatever we saw on the Sitecore Send, it's all, you can schedule it. I can again show it. You can just go there and have a look at it. So whenever we create a new one, I can just edit the existing one. So you can always schedule it here on the schedule delivery. You can always schedule it. So so you can just start it and keep it, and then it runs for all your subscribers and then complete it. So the only thing what I observed or I saw was, so the new subscriber which comes into picture for the same email list, they don't get triggered with the email campaigns. That's what I saw, but I'm not quite sure yet. I need to verify exactly, but that's what I observed. So new subscriber for a running campaign, it doesn't pick up new subscriber for the same email list.
Thanks. So it does support the automated messages too.
Yeah, it does support.
Yes, of course.
Okay, do we have any other questions for Madhav here?
This was really good walkthrough. Thank you, Madhav.
Hey, thanks. So if you have any questions, you guys can always contact me at these addresses, or you can always ping me on Slack. I'm available. And even the example code, what we used, I just uploaded to GitHub. So it's just a small utility. You have a small package. You can ignore to install a package because it's just a normal Sitecore form and a custom submit action included as part of package. Probably you can just, utility function is just a small DLL, and you can view it, contribute to it. So you can improve it. I don't mind. You can always do it. So.
But do Sitecore Send have a SDK that for C# or any other utilities they have?
I think it has for just with except Sitecore. I think it has for everything currently. That was the first thing which I was looking at it previously. Integrations, right? So if you see here, there are multiple integration things. Even Salesforce is there. Everything is there. But yeah, I don't see Sitecore.
Yeah. Is it coming? Yeah, go ahead, Dylan. I was about to ask you.
They do have API wrappers for their APIs for C#, JavaScript, I think even for PHP. So they're pretty, on the Send side, they're pretty feature rich on that side of things.